Stabbed the guy in his right eye. Stabbed him 2 times, then I lost my knife. Went to jail, then I lost my wife. Then I lost my wife 'cause I went to jail. Went to jail 'cause I stabbed him in his eye. Shouldn't have stabbed him in the eye, that's right. Should have just kicked him in the nuts and fought. Ooh.
Fight 'em woo woo, fight 'em woo woo, fight 'em woo woo, fight 'em woo woo. It was a parking lot
I lost
fight
my life
last
in
night.
that parking lot
Parking lot
She
fight
done left me,
last
done
night.
lost my wife, lost my kids, my whole house. The worst thing is my dog ran out.
Oh,
Poor
parking lot
dog
fight.
ran out, can't get her no food, can't get her no shelter, can't get her no water. This
Parking lot
dog
fight.
ran out, dog ran
Parking lot
out.
fire.
The dog fight in the parking lot.
fight.
It's a dog fight in the parking lot. Oh, I don't even have my headphones on.
You better keep talking into the headphones, whatever you do. Well, so about the parking lot fire. This is Mammals
parking lot
Wild,
fight.
episode 11.
So it's the parking
Right.
lot fight.
Hmm?
That's where I lost my
Fight?
life. Parking lot fight.
You got in a fight in a parking lot?
So check this out. The whole story is I had this we'll say altercation with this feller.
Altercation?
We'll say altercation with this feller, right?
Shoot, jeez Louise.
So we're sitting there in this bar, right?
Uh-huh.
And this
Who,
guy.
who?
There will
who's
be no
sitting there?
names. It's just
You and this fella?
I'm pretty sure I'm making this story up as we go. Just so you know,
okay.
it
Alright, I'll
it
stop.
might be
I'll
based
stop.
off true stories. It might not. So I'm sitting there, and I'm pretty sure he was the Schwann's man. We'll say his name is Chris.
Alson's his name. Like
So
Nick says.
Chris is bragging about being in my house, fucking my old lady while I was gone working.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
No.
So I done come home, and this is like 6 months after I broke up with this dude, because I was like, but I done come home, and I'm sitting in the bar with this dude, right? And he's bragging about fucking this girl. And he's starting to like bring details out and says her name, and I was like, oh, you do realize you were fucking my old lady while she was in my house, right?
Told you about the mole and everything, huh?
And he was like, oh shit. So then I stabbed him in his eye with my little pocket knife 2 times. Blah, blah.
Did you really?
No, dude, I told you I'm making this up as we go.
Oh,
it was
okay,
the
gotcha.
song we were
I
just
was
singing.
so excited. I was so. Wait, there's no.
So there really
There's no
was the
guy?
Swan guy really did fuck my old lady when I was in North Dakota working
See,
with Jimbo.
yeah, no, it seemed like
So there is
was something
there
to
is a basis to it, but
Who's got one of
I
those
never
little
I didn't
things?
stab him in the eye with my pocket knife. I
Well,
was just
fuck.
I was making that up
That's
as
not
this,
as cool as I thought. Nick, do you have one of the little binkies? I forgot my binky in my room.
Your binky?
Yeah. You know what my binky is.
I don't.
Oh, the little sucker. I'll go grab it. I'm going to run out.
I don't smoke. Just kidding.
I don't
How
smoke
fucking
either.
pretentious does that
Suck a
sound?
binky.
So anyways, Scott, I
Sounds so
stabbed this guy
pretentious.
twice in the eye
Yes.
with my
Damn.
pocket knife.
Keep
Kinda
it going. I know the story.
Okay.
I've heard it
So-
1,000 times. This is tale as
Last
old
time
as
I heard
time.
this story, I was in Jamaica with him when we were partying on a boat. And he was telling me about how he stabbed a guy. He looked me deep in the eyes, and I said, I don't believe you. And he was like, fucking pulled out a knife.
I'll stab you right
Stabbed-
eye.
he
I'll stab
stabbed
you
another
right
guy.
eye.
Stabbed another guy right to the right of me. He got into another fight, you see. Stabbed him in the eye, said, blind you are. Next thing you know, you playing the guitar. It's my buddy Stony, Tony. He's a wild man, he's a Coroni. He'll get super drunk, fuck y'all up, get down, and he'll throw down with the bear truck. Oh,
Oh, that's right. That's right. I like
Tony
that. the bear
Baloney
truck.
didn't want to say baloney.
It's all right. Baloney.
Everybody
it's
uses
beef.
baloney. Command 4.
All right. So we're warming up our vocals.
I took vitamins. Those were vitamins.
I took my lactose pill. That was it.
What does that mean?
So I'm gonna eat some cheese tonight.
So you can eat cheese.
So I have to eat a pill before I eat cheese.
That's the struggle, man.
The struggle of cheese.
Pretty much.
Stony and his cheese addiction can't have much else, but you know he likes to eat that cheese. Makes him feel so good.
That's right.
Dairy's a
Because
tough
I got
one.
me an allergy to that milk. Got that shit, and I got me a pill. Look at me now, I still drink milk. Still shining out that kilt.
Probably still shitting out craziness in the morning.
Not too bad, not too bad.
Listen, Martin Yarden.
Anyways,
You said you had a story for
Are we
us,
live
Scott.
already?
do what?
Yeah.
Uh,
I didn't put it on Insta. I could. I just didn't.
Hey, yo, Instagram, you want us?
wait, what story?
Nah, I figured we'd just keep it on YouTube.
Well, the fucking guitar just about fucking
Yeah.
took my head off. That broke.
Yeah, that sucked. It's like the wall
Maybe you
got
should,
like water in it, or
I don't trust
Did
that
you-
wall for shit.
yeah, I don't either.
There should be some
Let's
meat in
just
there.
get your
well,
little-
no, actually not.
your little, your little sit-down stand. Just put that back. a
Sit
little
down, stand.
bit.
So a guitar.
Now we're gonna talk
a
like the whole
guitar-
time like this, cause we got a guitar. Sit down, stand. Say some more shit.
We
Sit down.
had
This
a little
goddamn guitar
situation.
tell.
Anyways, guitar fell on me today. It was pretty fucked up.
We had ourselves a situation. Guitar
Boy, I
fell
tell
on
you
Scott
what,
Nation.
That
Knocked
thing
all
done
the
fell
things
off the
over.
wall.
Knocked
Oh,
them all
shit.
over. Knocked them all over.
hate
His
to-
name is Scott. Scott. His name is
I
Scott.
hate to call him out, but string swing, I don't trust him no more. We got like, I ain't gay no more. Have you seen that video? I'm not gay no more.
I'm not gay no
And
more.
then, like 2 years later, the guy's like, yes, I'm absolutely still homosexual.
He's all,
Oh,
I don't like men's no more.
Men's.
preaching in front of
I
the
don't like
fucking.
men's.
Anyways,
I ain't gay no more.
yeah, that's my story, I guess. Unless you're thinking of a different one.
Kind of how it went, dude. When I was young,
Yeah.
I broke up with I can't remember. He came over one time, and this is I'm probably like 19 or 20. He came over, and I was like, basically said the same thing. I was like, I'm not gay no more. You can't touch me like that. And he's just like, you're a fucking idiot. And I was like, all right. And then he left, and we didn't talk for another few years.
If
So-
it
Oh,
helps,
shit.
if it
You're
helps, I have a similar story to this. It's
I
not
ain't
the same.
gays no more.
It was a little bit older.
Keep it going.
I was out in Washington. I was fucking
Washington?
out in Seattle, Washington.
Mhm.
Met this cat named J Cat. His name was Johnny Five, dude. He was the bartender.
Oh, like that movie?
Yeah.
What's that movie? Short Circuit. Anyways,
Yeah.
keep going.
So
for sure
anyways, he
put a
was the
picture.
bartender at the pizzeria that I was working at and shit. So after work,
Johnny
he would
Five.
just get me wasted and we'd go to his house and we'd party all the time. So he would make a joke, be like, "Oh, you're gonna be my boyfriend." And I was like, "All right." So we tried it, right? And like,
I tried to be his boyfriend.
so we were making out one night and like went to the bedroom and I was just like, I don't feel right, like and he's all like, "What's the matter?" And I was like, "Well, I'm not like turned on right now." And he was just like, "Well, it's okay, I can help with that." And he's like, "We can put porno on or whatever, da da da." And I was just like, I looked him dead in the eyes. And I was like, "No, like I don't like guys like that. Like we can be friends, but I don't want to like pursue this any further." And he was like, "Oh, okay." And I was like, "Oh yeah, like I gave it a shot, buddy, but it just wasn't for me."
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
that's okay.
I mean,
He's
you,
all right.
at least you sacked up and fucking took a chance and were like, you know what? I'm not
and
sure.
that's the thing,
I'm not sure.
I tried. I was like, fuck, dude, this guy likes me. I think maybe if he likes me that much, and maybe I could like him that much, and it wasn't the same, So
Yeah. No, I hear you. I mean, I've never really considered giving.
Tony.
Right.
There is no excuse for your homophobia. You should have banged him until he died, and then you died gay.
Well, that's
Okay. I'm just kidding.
I mean,
I'm just totally kidding.
I gave it a shot.
No, I'm just totally kidding.
I was like, dude, I'm gonna fucking dude, and I was like, it's not working. Apparently, I'm not. It's not gonna work out.
That's not how it goes. It's okay. You
For
don't have
real,
to have sex with the man.
You got to the point
you got there.
of where you were
Trying to figure it out.
Yeah, dude,
It
and
was
I
like
just,
foreplay almost.
I was
Am I
basically
not?
like looking at him and like I can't really perform for you. And
It's
he
okay.
was like, oh. And he's like, he
I'm
tried
not gay no
everything.
more.
You know what I mean? I was just,
Tony's
I was like,
Gays
I
no
tried
more.
to be gay with you, bro, but I don't think I'm
not
gay.
gays
And
no
he was
more.
like, Tony, I don't think you're anything. And I was like, what does that mean? He's like, because I've seen you turn down girls too. And I'm like, well, that's because they're sluts sometimes.
That's
dude. I just don't want to
right.
stick my dick in anything. And he's like,
Yeah,
well, you were gonna try to stick your dick in me, and I was like,
What,
but
are you
I
just
didn't think you
anything?
were just a slut. Like I thought this was gonna be like something like an experience for my life, you know, and it was, you know, because I was like, oh
Experience
shit,
of your life.
and that was the point when I was like, oh man, like
Yeah.
I guess I'm not gay, dude. I really
No
am not
more.
attracted to dudes, dude.
You don't have to be. That's like perfect. Because reality is what are you gonna say over there?
I was just gonna say like, well, I don't know.
Should I go get some
Dude, I
shades
have
on?
no
Fuck
idea.
you.
No, I'd respect.
Just me and my nerd glasses. It's
Like-
all right. I love you. Apparently I can see though.
We're shading him
there you
right now
go.
because he missed the last two podcasts. So
That's
we're giving him
right.
the shades.
Yeah, welcome back,
Oh.
Stony Tony over
Welcome
here.
back.
That's right.
Welcome
Oh, I
back.
can maybe read.
The trio.
Oh look, he's got a pin-up tattoo.
little
Nice
trio-
pin-up. Throw that
Trio
pin-up
of
tattoo.
Doom over here.
have you guys seen
yeah,
this?
pretty cool. I just looked a little bit.
69.
Nice. That's sick. That's sick.
Yep. They'll be able to
Nice.
see. Stony Tony, that's right.
69 in the house. 420 on the front. 69 in the back.
It should say 420.
Oh, it should. No,
Yeah.
it should say like sluts welcome or something.
Yeah, all sluts welcome.
I was just gonna put
Even though Tony just said
the
"Ah,
legend.
she's a slut."
You know the legend with an arrow.
There you go.
Even though
Fuck yeah. No, the myth.
that's funny. Fucking you know,
That's a good one. The myth and the legend,
Yeah.
buddy.
The myth.
Woo!
No, the legend's on the back.
You
That's
know
your
why?
butthole.
Yeah.
The myth is your dick.
Oh. So you get a little tiny tattoo on your taint that
Yeah.
says the legend.
You've never seen my tattoo?
you never seen the pathway.
Oh, let's see the fucking.
Come on, dude.
Let's
This
see the
isn't safe
tiger
for
stripe
YouTube.
fucking bunghole fucking taint tattoo.
That's right.
So
I'm
do you
not
think we
very
need
nice
the pop
myself.
filtered? Pop, 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 pop,
I
pop,
and
pop,
see
pop,
that's what
pop,
I was
pop,
trying to,
pop, pop, pop,
because
When we do that
I think
thing.
it helps.
Nah, fuck them.
Because I don't know if it. I think it
Fuck
helps
it.
with
Don't-
my voice because it sounds
pop.
clearer
Don't
with
pop.
my mic
Let's
now.
take this fucking shit off.
I don't know. We'll find out. How about we do an episode no pop filter?
Yeah, no pop.
Hey yo, all you little pop
Fuck this
bitches,
thing.
you can go.
Pop?
Yeah, go watch World of Dance and pop for that. Ah, got him.
World of Dance is a good one.
Got him.
World of Dance is
Fucking good
great.
one. Oh my gosh, those so
Dude,
all right.
yes.
It's maybe I should have
Absolutely.
mine.
Let's
I'm a little
speak a
loud.
little bit about dancing
But,
because
I had never seen
dancing,
it.
choreographing that shit, like making that shit work to the music, like
Take
that
that
takes
pen
hours and hours and hours of time and shit. You know what I mean? Like that's
Decor.
time right there. Those people dedicate their lives to that, and they're like, holy cow! Like I'm gonna do this. I
They
can only
do.
move my body this way
Yeah.
and do this like da, and then to the like.
That's
Those
sick.
guys,
Honestly, it's
those
good.
guys represent motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's extremely impressive.
You
And
guys are amazing.
and
Like
I don't-
us as musicians, we are gonna create more music for you to dance to.
Oh,
God,
yeah,
that's
that'd be
right.
cool.
Hell
Fuck yeah,
yes,
Tony.
we are.
That would be really
Yeah.
cool. That'd be a dream of mine to be able to choreograph or I wouldn't choreograph. Change my words. Be a dream to make at least like a
Soundtrack or
three,
whatever.
I have to
like
run
a 3 or
downstairs
4
for 1 second.
sound-
I'll be right back.
soundtrack to like somebody dancing to it. Oh,
Whoa, his
And
chair
the
just
elevator
went
is
way up.
gone.
Whoa, Tony's through the roof now.
you guys coming in hot.
So early on in my like musical learning to play music and shit, I played a shitload of video games. So I've always thought it would be so amazing to play or make a soundtrack rather for a video game or a movie, you know.
Yeah, that would be way
anything
cool.
like that. Yeah, this thing's kind of burning out. It doesn't
Yeah, I can
taste
tell.
great.
Holy shit. Tried to kill me.
Well,
It tried to kill me.
I wonder if that's a hard gig to get though, or if you can just
No, see, the thing is
get in a union or something.
you submit.
Do it.
It's the same thing, dude. It's like what we kind of have to do that here shortly. Is start? You have to like build the LLC,
Yeah.
and then you do like one copyright, basically your name, and then you can start submitting music to like propose your own music to certain playlists and shit like that. So I don't know, dude. The thing is, I think the best way for all of it is for us is to just continue on the path of like writing and posting. Cause dude, being a studio band's fun.
Mm-hmm.
If we play live, we'll figure out more live stuff as we get further into it. But
Can I throw some
give me a heartburn.
our last little sessions like just this week? Amazing new music coming out.
Throw it up for
Oh my gosh.
Clamato.
Amazing new music coming out.
Yeah, it's been fun. But yeah, so I think that if we just continue where we're at, we'll do good. Just keep it up. What is this? Surprise note.
And the award goes to. All right. So last week we were talking about shifting gears here. We were talking about music for cats. We talked about Catcast, and I looked it up. Catcast is like a fucking. It's a new weather report podcast or something like that.
No
Or
way.
It's a traffic thing. Some random area. It didn't even specify what state. I think it's like Washington, something like Washington.
Catcast.
Catcast.
Cat
But-
Cat TV.
What's Cat TV? Well, see, because we said Catcast last,
Yeah, we're talking
last
Catcast.
time, yeah.
Like a podcast
and
for
I
cats.
looked that shit up.
Catcast TV.
What we proposed does not exist. There is not a podcast which it's a fairly ridiculous idea, but what we proposed was cats, have them listen to music and see what cats like of music.
Right.
Right. That was our Catcast idea.
Yeah.
So
Dude,
TM, I guess, right?
Guess
Should
it
we go
depends
to
on the
fucking-
cat. How high we're getting it with that catnip.
I mean,
Cat's like boom,
Cat
boom,
music
boom.
cast.
right, exactly. I've seen Mona jam out to some shit that I would not expect her to.
But
and
she
Mona's
also
not here right now because she's being a little shit.
She's probably like terrified. So
Yeah, I guess
She's
we were
all-
just playing music. We just laid out a fucking banger again, as we do every fucking week, twice a week. You know what I'm saying? And then we lay out the best podcast on the net.
yeah. So if
Every
you haven't
week.
followed it yet, you should.
Yeah,
Mammals Wild.
Yeah.
Just give us a follow.
yeah. Like and follow.
Like a follow Machine Mammals.
That's right.
Follow us for
And,
podcast music and crazy comments. So let's change the subject and start talking about. We'll bleep this in. We'll bleep
Well,
this in post.
The
I'm
cat,
just
the
kidding.
whole cat thing, dude, is an actual interesting idea.
So are
but
we
I know
trying
Mona
to
would just
find
run away.
Cats that are like
In
dancing
podcast.
to,
Ooh,
like-
dancing
like-
cats. Here's the
like,
thing about
what-
cats.
see if
and
you
what
can
are we
get a
internet.
cat
doing
to
with? So that's what I'm trying to look up. You know what I mean? Is because I'm looking up.
Do we
cats,
find the cat?
And it's just pulling me to Broadway, and I'm like, I don't
Ooh,
want
yeah,
that.
well.
You know, I don't want to pull up Broadway. I want to find my own shit.
I guess that's the only thing really that's related to cats dancing and music.
I want to get a cat to shake its ass,
sure
and
I
it
can
doesn't have worms. You know what I'm saying?
something.
That's all
That's
I'm
pretty
going
good.
for.
Oh, I'm in for that. I'm gonna get a dog to do some breakdance moves, and it's not trying to just eat its butthole.
Yeah. What was that? The dance thing we were talking about just now?
Dance Dance Revolution, World of Dance.
World of Dance.
Throw it
Dude,
up, World of Dance.
Some of those people were doing freaking backflips and stuff on
Yeah,
the stage. It was
pretty cool.
out of this world.
Pretty cool
And
when
they-
you're
it,
that
like-
badass.
The one Tony put on, I don't know if you meant to, but it fucking made me like start crying. It was this like
Good.
whatever the recording was, like
So
the
his name's
girl went-
Nonstop.
What, the guy that made Scott cry?
who is it?
I'm not sure if it's the one that I put on that he got him interested was Nonstop, the classic.
Dude, check this story
Well,
out.
Segura's getting here in like 20 minutes. Oh, shouldn't have said that.
Segura.
Yeah. Tom. I mean, he's.
Obviously, he doesn't
I mean,
like,
I'll bleep that out. Tom Segura is coming in.
he
like
doesn't
20
like
minutes. It's cool.
to be called Segura.
People are gonna confuse
sure?
him with Nick
Yeah,
because he's so in shape now.
because we're basically brothers. He's
Yeah.
like 8 feet tall.
Have you guys been following the Elon Musk,
Oh yeah,
Elon?
Mark Zuckerberg fight?
Oh
yeah, they're
we're
gonna try to
talking
fight
about
each other. It's gonna
Is it-
turn out.
Is it gonna happen?
They're gonna
Actually?
donate a bunch of money to charity.
What's
I guess.
crazy?
cool.
It's gonna be one of the
Find
biggest
out.
pay-per-views out there because they're like they're just multi-billionaires. You know what I mean? They're gonna fight each other, and everything goes to charity. Like you were saying, like
Yeah.
everything
That's
goes to
awesome.
charity. So it's a mega fight, is what it is.
Mega super fight.
If you think about it, it's a win-win for every community and all that kind of stuff that people get into and everything. Just hope they didn't make their own charities to profit to themselves, if you know what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So they're gonna donate
Just
the
throwing
Bill
that
and
out
Melinda
there.
Gates Foundation.
Who's the guy from the Fugees?
Got him.
The guy, Wyclef Jean. I heard there was
Wyclef.
some crazy fucking thing with him, right? When
He set some shit up.
there was like a big earthquake in Haiti or something. He's Haitian, and he set up like a foundation for it and stuff. And it turned out he was like stealing money. I'm pretty sure. I don't want to. I'll look it up and I'll
Yeah.
delete this
If you
I'm
actually
not right,
look
but-
up the foundations that are set up and stuff, you're gonna find a lot of corrupt things.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of rich people that
March
do
of
this.
Dimes only donates a dime on the dollar to charity. 10 cents on your dollar.
So that means they keep 90 cents of your
90
dollar.
fucking cents to and dude donating to whatever, dude. March of Dimes. They make so much goddamn money. It's crazy.
Well, I mean, it's got to be pretty
Goodwill.
taxing. Just delivering a shitload of dimes to some place,
I
like
can
just
feel that.
individual dimes.
Yeah.
Here you go, homeless shelter in
You want to
Brooklyn.
talk
Yeah.
about some
Here's
corrupt real shit?
70,000 dimes.
No, that's what is that? That's like only like
Have
$7,000.
you guys,
That's
have
what
you
I'm
guys
saying.
heard of have you guys heard of like personal owned prisons?
Yeah,
Like people that
most of
actually.
them are.
So
I have
check this
no,
out.
I have no information on it, but yes, I have heard.
So check
of
this out.
Crazy shit like
I've
that.
heard
With
of
that
it.
being said, like each inmate gets a certain amount from the government a day to be in there.
Yeah,
right?
well,
So
yeah.
at that point,
not the inmate, but the prison.
well, the prison gets it for the inmate being in there.
Yeah.
So at that point, they're just it's like a mass corporation. They're just
Yeah.
they're collecting people.
And if all you
You
got to do is
remember-
feed these fucks and put them in a room, and you're making a lot of money. On
You guys
people.
remember Cool Hand Luke?
Yeah.
That movie
Yeah.
with
Most of
Paul
it, not
Newman,
all
I
of it.
think.
He tells him to dig a hole, and he's like, "Nah, dumbass. You don't dig a hole there. You dig it over there." He's like, "Oh fuck."
I want
all I
to
know.
say. Oh no, you know what it was? I think it was Shawshank. It might have been Shawshank Redemption. One of those two movies. The warden was like out in the field with these dudes. They were digging ditches or whatever the fuck they were doing, falling trees, some shit like that. And fucking, he is like negotiating with the like county what the fuck ever about how much he's getting for that shit, and none of the prisoners are seeing any of that money, but it's like, a $15,000-$20,000 job or whatever back in the 60s.
Right.
So I think it was Shawshank, because at the end of that movie he like I think they both ended up killing themselves.
At that point,
two
wouldn't that
like
be
head honchos
considered?
of the prison.
Wouldn't that
Wow,
be
it's
considered
yeah.
slave labor? I mean,
Well,
like,
that's why
if you
they
think
stopped.
about it.
We were talking about this kind of shit last time too.
That's why they
Indentured servitude and
stopped.
stuff.
Well, that's why they stopped. They got it to a point where they can't use inmates as workers unless they get paid. So they have to be able to get paid, because I think what they were doing was using like the prison system basically as slave labor. Yeah.
Right.
Up
But
to
they're-
a point, and then people started realizing like, oh fuck, these dudes are making license plates, or they're doing this, and be just not getting paid. And it's, dude, the prison system really is, it's a joke. It's-
Nightmare.
It is.
It's a nightmare.
Gnarly.
It's a,
Pretty gnarly.
because you know what the sad part is you could be the person in the right and defend yourself somehow against somebody in the wrong, and then you're the one who's going to go to jail and get in trouble because you ended up like beating somebody up or defending your family, or someone broke through a fucking skylight and landed on your poisonous snake that you weren't supposed to have. So now you're the one, but the dude was breaking in to like do whatever. So
But you had the snake.
but you had the snake.
Yeah.
You know,
Tiffany's.
same idea. Same
So
idea.
what's crazy with that too is it's a system. It's called a system for a reason. Because once you get put in this system, they have these traps and all this stuff that they don't try to let you out, dude. It's basically like unless
free money, bro.
Unless
It's
you
money.
change your entire life and like create your whole entire different life spec, dude, you're gonna be slapped back in that system.
Well, that's the idea. Yeah.
Nope, you're going back. Nope, you're going back. No, you're going back.
The idea is that like, watched it happen with my older brother. You know, got in, never fucking got out. Until recently. And it's sad, really, because it's almost like predisposed. Because living in a small town, you get in trouble once, you know, blah, blah, blah. You're just on the list. And then you do dumb shit. You're just on the list. You travel back and forth no matter how far away you move from that dumb town. If you're still fucking around, you're still fucking around. You get yourself in trouble, dude.
Yeah.
You know? But you have to. They've made it to where it's just a money pit. It's how they get revenue for the government. Revenue collectors, as the police are, they're not there to protect you. They're to collect their money.
If they're out there and
Some of them.
I'm just throwing
Not
this
all.
out there because they're out there in unmarked vehicles, right? Unmarked vehicles pulling people over on the highway. Like, to me,
When?
that's not serving and protecting. That's searching and destroying.
Search
You know what I
and
mean?
destroy.
That's
Ooh.
hunting. The only people that are camouflaged are hunters. Okay, so why are the cops out there camouflaged, pulling people over in like normal vehicles? That's bullshit, dude.
When is that going down?
Dude, all the time.
I've seen it.
All the time.
I've
There
seen
is
it in
so
San
many
Unmarked
unmarked
vehicles.
vehicles.
Well,
that-
those are the-
they're shaped like minivans and like little car.
Yeah.
A little Honda. Yeah.
I
and
swear
the
to God, at
lights
one
flip
time
up
I
and it's,
saw a
like, tricked
Prius,
out.
bro.
What the-
That's
Yep.
what I'm trying to say, dude.
Exactly.
How
Yep.
is
I've
how
seen
are
it.
you serving and protecting
A fucking
when you're
Chrysler
in
minivan.
camouflage in a Prius? Like, are you gonna catch that guy on the motorcycle that just stole a lady's purse and shot a fucking kid in the face in your Prius that's undercover?
Well, that's
No,
but that's
no,
not.
no. So
Well, it's becoming like
absolutely
it's becoming
ignorant.
less and less. It's like I think that's why supposedly people are leaving New York is because the crime's getting worse and worse again. And dude, I'm not gonna speak to anybody in any political fashion because I'm not politics, but it does go down to that road because people were super mad at that Rudy Giuliani guy because he was there basically beating the fuck out of everybody who got out of line. But then like, you know,
The stop
Times
and
Square.
frisk thing.
Yeah,
right?
but like
Yeah.
Times Square became like a safe place to be for however long, you know, and then like it's kind of getting back to like what it originally was. And you know, you hear a few people talk about it and some people are like, fuck it. That's what it was back in the day. We're cool. You know, we're cool with it. And
It's like
some
gangs in
people
New
are
York shit, right?
not too I don't know. I can't attest to the fucking crime in New York City, but I can say that people are leaving because they're
There
not
is-
wanting to raise their children, I guess, around
There
that.
is
Which that's
some
like a
gangs
thing, a
in
lot
New
of
York
reason why
shit
people
going
are
on in
leaving anyways,
France.
anywhere. Dude, there's shit everywhere always.
In France right now,
crazy.
there's the people are revolting hardcore.
Revolt. Well, dude, in France, they don't give no. They fucking. It's usually in France that they're just like pissed off all the time. Like,
they're-
oh, my cheese
they're-
is bad.
They're straight stealing
Oh,
buses
fucking
and
Panama.
running them through banks and shit right now, dude.
Edit this one.
Got no bread for my cheese.
Ready
the
to-
bread.
Pissed
I
off
watched-
their baguettes
I
dry.
watched a
Bread
video
riots
where
or
they
whatever.
The
had,
bread riot.
they had stole the actual like
God.
bus,
Sorry.
loaded it full of like clothes, lit it on fire, and then drove it into the bank.
Recently?
Yeah, this is like this weekend.
Damn, dude.
I think. Is it Pakistan?
No,
Pakistan.
I'm talking about France.
No,
right now.
I know.
Like,
I'm
shit's going down
just
in
drawing.
France.
I'm just drawing a
wild.
parallel in my mind. I believe it's like Pakistan or something is having some crazy shit like that go down. I'm probably fucking totally off,
That's wild, dude.
but like,
Pretty hardcore out there, dude.
Well, when
fucking
you
look at California. I mean, we were borderline revolt and shit when COVID happened. You know, when George Floyd and all that, like all that shit. Like we've been so rioted out all across the fucking country, California included, the Bay Area included, where we are. You know,
it's tactics, just all tactics, mind games. They push a little
I'm kinda
bit.
with you, dude.
It's true. Because you think about it, it's all been a mental warfare ever since the whole COVID thing. It's been literally, and before, we all know that before, that there's been just things that they push a little bit, and we know who we're talking about. Them. We're talking about them.
Them.
You know who you are.
Yeah. Well, the elite, the people running the goddamn governments.
Alex Jones, you're making the fucking frogs gay.
Yeah.
Well, you got to think about that too. That whole entire period, like how they got one president that was like doing something different and like trying to like give the people back the money back into a craziness that was like, no.
Well, it was
There
because he
is
wasn't
no
a part
more
of the
money.
gang.
There is no more money. We owe everyone else money. Like you
Who was
guys
that
can't
dude?
get the money.
Okay, we'll derail that subject just for 1 second, talking about one thing. Is who the fuck do we owe this money to? The Federal
Like,
Reserve?
are you? That's what I'm at.
like these bankers? Who the fuck are we owing money to?
China.
I know.
Okay, so
people.
So check this out. If China really
It's
was like,
$1.3
dude,
to a person.
you owe us billions of
We need
dollars,
more
you don't
we
think
need
they
more
just
babies.
fly over here and fucking like steal our bank's monies?
No, dude. I
Like-
think no. Here's what happens.
Hey.
That's a waste of their money. They're gonna
So
lose
here's
more
what
than they're
I'm
gonna
saying.
gain
I think
off of
this
that.
whole like world debt's just trying to be like, well,
It's to the I think the Federal Reserve. So there's quote unquote. It's like a World Bank basically, and that's how they're like. And I don't know if they're levying people, goods, oil.
Is this getting into like Illuminati shit?
Yeah,
It's
I
like,
mean,
I'm
all
just being
nations have
serious
to levy something.
because there's three people that run the world.
Well,
Name 'em.
Three motherfuckers.
Jeff Bezos,
We
Gordon
all saw
Ryan.
that coming.
what-
Who the fuck is Gordon Ryan?
He's
I
the
don't even
best
know.
no-gi jiu-jitsu guy on the planet. Argue
okay,
it. Go
got it.
ahead.
I'll see
Got
if
it.
I can actually look it up. I don't know.
All right.
So there's some lady
Jeff Bezos, Gordon Ryan protects Jeff
Okay.
Bezos,
and Elon Musk.
and then we have Elon Musk,
Ilon.
and then Mark Zuckerberg's real low on that totem list.
All right. So who's thinking? Who's your buddy on in the Ilon versus Zuckerberg
Dude,
fight?
Zuckerberg's gonna.
I think Zuckerberg's gonna fuck him
well,
up.
Hold on though, because you know
Elon, I love
Elon, you know my boy Elon, he's
Elon.
got some space legs that he just got back. That he's gonna be like, oh, put these in real quick. So he's
Did
gonna
he go to space?
I mean, I don't know. He's got so many rockets. They like get shot up and they get shot back.
Yeah,
like,
but see, he's not as stupid as that guy on the fucking little Titan thing that went down to go
Oh,
see
bro,
the Titanic.
He's like,
Right?
we've already
That
explored
guy
the
was the
ocean.
owner of
We're
the
exploring
company.
space now. Dude.
That motherfucker was the owner of the company, and he was like the pilot of the sub, and he sunk with all the other rich people.
So
Elon's
I
not
did a
that
little bit
stupid.
of research on
Elon
that
ain't
sub
stupid.
thing. That whole submarine, right? It was only rated for 13. It was only rated for 1,300 meters to go down, right? The Titanic is sunk at 4,000 meters.
It's a
Okay.
long way down. Yeah.
So first of all,
the bottom
the
of the fucking
submarine wasn't
ocean.
going to make it in the first place. It wasn't rated for it. Okay, like and that's
My thought
that's
is
why
the
they
easiest way to fucking murder yourself without having any debt left.
and that brings up a good point too.
Didn't
Like,
even
ooh,
fucking do it. Fake their death. I'm calling it out right now. Ocean Gate. It's called Ocean Gate for a reason.
So how
Yeah.
much money
Fake
did
their
this
death.
guy owe people then? What?
Watch, the internet's gonna lose their fucking mind over that.
We
oh
gotta
my
get
god,
Tim-
seriously, you're so insensitive.
Dude,
Nate.
we gotta get
No
Tim Dillon
way.
on.
Why is there a helicopter over the house right now?
Yeah, it's all
Oh,
black
fuck.
hot. No, but it's true though.
SWAT
That
team?
hole in the roof didn't used to
Those
be there.
dudes fake their death, bro. The kids at a fucking Blink 182 concert, like, my dad would love this.
If you think about
He
it,
probably
it goes
would,
back. You
because
guys
he's
remember
probably not
like
alive.
Epstein Island and all that shit? Like, just crazy
I
shit.
bet
That's
you
why
if we
so-
did,
So what did these millionaires really have that they wanted to take down and see to the Titanic?
What about
Well, I was gonna
Kobe?
say.
What about Kobe, bro? They might have fucking murdered Kobe and shit too, and all those people. Like,
Whoa! I never put that.
Trip the fuck out.
Holy shit, dude!
why would they murder Kobe?
why the fuck wouldn't they?
'Cause he was
maybe
the
knew
Black
something about
Mamba.
someone.
What does that mean?
He knew something about
Dude,
someone.
he was the Black Mamba,
maybe.
bro.
Maybe he did. Maybe he didn't. Harvey Weinstein. You know, like they were getting him to do Space Jam 2, And then fucking LeBron played ball and Kobe fucking didn't. And so he had to go. You know what I'm saying?
They had to go.
And collateral damage is everyone else on the fucking thing.
That's some serious.
We've been
fucking
talking a
theories
lot
right
about
there.
Kobe.
Kobe.
Love Kobe.
Black Mamba.
Is that what they
Follow
called him?
basketball.
That was his nickname.
But here's the thing.
Basketball's the one
We're
to
getting
follow,
deep
I'd
on
say.
some conspiracy, but I mean,
Oh yeah, we can.
We're
we
in.
Can, I can
No, I'm
cut,
in.
I can cut plenty.
I'm not worried about cutting. Back in. He's back in. He's back in.
Locked in.
I'm locked in. Yeah. Locked in.
chair.
So no, I mean, okay. So let's clarify what we're all speaking about. So we believe, or should I say, I believe that we're talking about the fact that there are certain black ops programs that are put into place that are funded by our government that basically are there to keep control of kind of the pageantry that they have set forth. You know, the king can't look like he's wearing no clothes if he's wearing no clothes.
I do
It's the
believe
same
called
idea.
What is it? The United Nations.
Well, but that's a whole nother deal. But yeah, the United Nations is more or less a united front for like we're gonna be moving into the new frontier,
those are-
whatever. But that's not
those
what
are
I
the
mean. What
ones
I'm
who-
saying is like, dude, have you ever read that book, The Emperor Has No Clothes?
I can't read.
Okay, well,
No, yeah, I have.
we know. We all know the
We got
premise.
Scott Amazon Prime books.
If you think about that book, it is one of it's like we're teaching young kids from a certain age that like when you're honest, you know, that emperor was like, "Oh, fucking thank God somebody was honest to me because everybody literally has been sitting here telling me I look great and I'm butt fucking naked." And some little kid's like, "Dude, you're naked." And he's like, "No, I'm not." And everybody's like, "Oh, you can't say that. Oh, shush, shush, shush." The little kid's like, "Why? It's the truth." So if you think about like everything that's happened and all of what's going on, we're watching it unfold in front of our eyes. It's just a different story. If the emperor has no clothes, no one wants to speak the truth. Shh, don't. If it's right in front of you, don't say that. I don't know. That thing that didn't have a battle axe in its hand. You guys are crazy. And then you rip it out and put it back. It's the same idea. Like
He had a
why are
pen
we
in his
deleting?
hand.
We're deleting. You know, we're saying some shit happened when it really didn't, or we're saying things didn't happen when they really did, and that's like what this whole black op programs or the dark programs of the dark arts of the government.
Oh, with that being
It's
said,
just to keep
with that
pageantry the
being
way
said,
it is.
Can I bring up like the new why are they changing math? You remember how math used to be
new
math,
math.
and like now math's like a different sort of
No,
math
math's
now?
old math.
Dude, why did they do that? Why did they change math to where math isn't math anymore?
What did they change?
Oh my God, there's
Well,
this
what
new
they
common
did is-
law math, right?
Is 2 times 2 not 4?
Nope.
No.
Nope. Nope.
Okay, what is it?
Dude.
Explain it.
Nope.
It's a way to check your math. So supposedly, huh? So supposedly,
Thanks.
What isn't there a name of it?
well,
It's like new
it's common math. It's called Common Core.
Common Core. There we go.
And it's a way to check your math, actually. So what they're doing is breaking things down into the simplest form. So I get it in a small way, but I also, like, you know, when we were young, don't worry about that thing.
What was that?
It was something for one of the cameras. Don't worry about it. We'll cut that out in post.
Yeah.
So Common Core basically is a way to break everything down into tens and then check all your answer from like tens. And that's like a weird way to put it, but basically like
I got it right here for you.
yeah.
It's
So basically the way I do math in my head, personally, I can take pretty big numbers and squish them all together, but it's just because I put it all into tens. And I'll do it all into like, you know, if it's tens, if it's like 21 and like 35, you know, it's what 56. But the only reason is because I took the 20 and 30 and then I added the 5 and the 6. You know?
Right.
well, apparently math's gone to shit.
Well, I don't get it. And I don't care to. So that's fun.
I want to throw it up on a Tuesday. And I'd also like to bring it down on a Tuesday. This Tuesday. Tuesday's 4th of July, by the
It's
way.
Tuesday right now.
Tuesday's 4th of July?
Tuesday is 4th of July.
Oh, shit.
Tuesday.
Like the fireworks in the sky. Why?
So I
Why?
tell you what, guys,
Like the
I
teeth
got a
in your
bunch of
eyes.
bubble wraps.
Why?
I got a bunch of bubble wraps in the mail today. I'm gonna put some fucking sparklers in them, and we're gonna fucking go blow them up the backyard.
Gonna light
Okay.
'em.
Does
Somebody
that do
texted
something?
me.
Super sweet.
Oh, that's cool. Anyway, somebody's texting me, stupid. So,
Why?
white. So listen to this, dude. Story time.
Hold on.
Nick's in Idaho recently, seeing family, and pretty funny. Get done kind of seeing my grandma, and I went to my cousin's house, and she's being boring, so I was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna go out, and I noticed that it was Pride weekend in Pocatello, Idaho, for that weekend. So I was like, I'm gonna go down to the gay bar because I just wanted to see what they had going on. So I get down to the gay bar.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'm dancing around this place called
Surprised.
Charlie's in Pocatello. If you ever go there, it's all right, pretty cool.
Oh, I'll fucking look it up.
So-
I'll get the whole thing.
Is that
Don't
the
you
one that's
worry.
under, like, it's across the little underpass?
Kinda. No,
I'm trying to remember.
I don't know. It's over by.
I haven't been to Pocatello in like 20 years.
Yeah, so who knows? So anywho, Charlie's. I'm there. I'm outside, kind of talking to this guy, and he tells me about how he's the pink neck in a redneck family. I thought that was pretty funny.
That's pretty
I'll
cute.
let that one sink in. And
That was cute.
so then we're talking, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right, well, whatever. And I like turned around and walked in. And right as I walk in, they're like, all right, first contestant for our dance competition. And I was like, oh, it was me,
Nice.
contestant number 1.
Did you pull your shirt off?
Nope.
You fucking should have pulled the shirt
Nope,
off.
I didn't do very good. I was definitely drunkenly roboted around the front of the stage a little
like,
bit.
"Oh."
Pretended to shake my ass, and that was it. And then
Sounds
they were
about
like,
right.
okay. And then
You should have just taken
there was
your
about
shirt off.
5 other people, and I was the first one to get cut. Obviously, they were like, nope.
They're like Nicholas
Speaking of
Murray,
world
your
of
cab's
dance.
outside. You're a little too wasted.
So, yeah, speaking of world of dance, Nick's not a dancer. Apparently, they didn't respect my kick the cat, drop the pig, twist, twirl, and spin. But this kid, Cam, who arguably could shake his ass better than all the girls that were up there, won. So I think that's why he won.
There you go.
He did way
Shout
good.
out to you, Cam
I
Cam.
was like, I can't do that. That's good. Good job. Later.
You don't really have
I
an
lost
ass.
with grace.
Yeah,
I
right.
did. I don't. It's
You
true.
don't.
It sucks.
I mean, you got
I got a
like,
couple legs that attach to my back
Right.
with like little pieces of ham on them.
Same with me, man. It's like,
There they
well,
are.
but you at least have like the muscle there. Like there are muscular asses and stuff that can, they get big and they get all jiggly and whatever. And girls can twerk or dudes can twerk. But not me.
And then you have me. No ass at all.
Us three, I think.
And then
no ass
there's
at all.
Tony,
No ass
faster
at
than
all,
lightning, under the sea. Ooh, what? What do we got down there? So listen to this.
What do you got?
My dad was telling me his story about when he was young. Sorry, Dad, it's going out. He said when he was young, he used to, this guy, he would help him get, grades to pass his English class. And this guy would help him out, and he was like, yo, I need like a solid D. Like, it needs to be a D. Can't be anything else. My dad would give him his homework, and he'd sure enough, get a solid D every time. Like, yeah, because they didn't want him to be, because just
Right.
My dad was
you can't
like
be
me.
too smart.
He had,
You
like,
don't,
D's
you don't
and
want to
F's.
be. You don't want to be on the
C's
radar.
and D's. He graduated with C's and D's. Yeah, so he had some dude do his homework. Sorry, Mark. He's retired, so it doesn't matter. Can't take away his money.
You fucking retard.
You know what's crazy is your
gonna
little
whoop my
pedal.
He's
ass.
gonna
I'm-
watch this
I'm
and be
bleeping
so upset.
that for sure.
You can cut that story too. if you
I'll
want.
cut the story.
What up, Tom?
So your little pedal over there, your little
Lights
looper.
blinking.
It's I think it's trying to record our.
Throw up to boss.
Yeah,
Throw it up to boss
It's just
right
like
now.
a 57-minute recording. No, it's not. It's just it's the tempo of the last thing we were playing. That's what it's doing.
Sorry, guys. I'm just a little high right now. I was looking at the flashing lights. Waiting for the big boom booms. Happy 4th of July, everyone.
Yeah, no, 4th of July. Think about this. I was listening to our national anthem. And if you listen to our national anthem and then, like, the Queen's, like some English anthem, their national anthem.
God Save the Queen.
It sounds, I don't know, whatever. Maybe that's
I
it.
think that might be what it's called.
Can I play both of them for you?
Yeah, I mean, that's for your domain. Play the, well, the
That's
first.
gotta be, yeah.
Yeah, the national anthem is
I'll do the
fucking
English one
hilarious,
first,
first off.
England
And
one.
then you listen to the Queen's anthem, and it's like the same song. We just ripped off the song and changed the lyrics.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the British one,
Land of liberty.
right? You guys know the words? Wow, you're American.
I don't know. Liberty.
This sounds like
my-
the end of Star Wars,
it
where they
does.
get their medals.
I promote ye
Some-
with.
yeah, John
Ye-
Williams shit. You're a general now.
I give ye statue, sir.
I
Sir, I give ye statue. Sir, I give ye statue. And
Tony's
together,
like, I can't smoke weed out of it? Damn it.
together we are.
Oh,
We are machine camels. Ding, 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 ding.
your guy just got fucked up.
See?
Dude, it is.
It's like a fucking church hymn they stole. Let's God Save the Queen still.
I hate this. You know what I really like, though? Gospel.
You like gospel?
Search a gospel song like that is listenable, potentially.
Yeah, a public domain
Public
gospel.
domain, yeah.
Look up public domain gospel.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Old ass like gospel shit when
Yeah.
blues started becoming a thing. Like
Yeah.
when pause that tone, please. Like when Johnny Cash was coming up and shit. I mean, way before that.
Right.
But like that's where I think people were starting to like hear those records that folks had made
God
before.
save the Queen.
God, that's all disturbing. Who the fuck cares about the Queen? I mean, if she's the Queen, she's going to heaven, right? I mean, she's got the entirety of Britain
Right.
behind her.
You're missing it.
Good Lord above.
That's why channeling works.
Did they say Gunt?
Listen, Gunt.
What does Gunt stand for? I can't
Well,
remember.
Gunther.
What is this one?
Gospel.
Before the throne of God above.
Well,
Is this
isn't
free gospel?
This is not gospel.
This is your public domain
Gospel. This is your again.
This is gospel? Fucking
Hold on,
hell.
wait for him to sing, dog. Let's wait.
It's not going to throw a harmonica in there, I know that.
Oh, Jesus is great. He's a wonderful man. He's rocking down the highway. He can. Me and
throne of God.
Okay, they got lyrics on there too. All right, let's do this.
oh, he's got what?
Me and Jesus and a four-wheel drive, great
Me and
high
Jesus.
priest.
Me and the great high priest on the four-wheel drive down the highway. You'd never know what lies plead for me. Jesus grave in hand. Jesus engrave my hand with your name written on his heart. Engrave my hand.
You should probably just search black people after gospel,
Oh
dude.
God! Why would you say that?
Well, I'm bleeping
true.
this for sure. Like black church or something.
If you're bleeping it, I'm
Pentecostal?
showing my tits.
Those are staying. Pentecost? No, not
Tongue
Pentecostal.
can by thence depart.
Who's the guy who's like, I ain't gay no more? Like,
I ain't
what is
gay
that?
no
What is
more.
that? What is that?
That's like
religion?
a southern.
All right,
Baptist-
they asked me
Baptist
to look up
Presbyterian.
this music.
Baptist.
I did
Tony,
it for them.
Tony search Baptist.
Presbyterian.
Presbyterian? I don't know.
Could
Something
be.
like that.
Oops.
I feel like the Baptists are the crazy ones.
they are. Westboro Baptist. You don't want none
Oh,
of that.
no, never mind. Yeah, I'm wrong. That's not what I'm looking for. Presbyterian.
Push pause on that. All right. I think we're done with that type of Jesus.
Hail Satan. I mean, sorry, Jesus.
Listen. Here's the thing. I wouldn't necessarily call myself religious, nor would I call myself a man. But
Did you say Presbyterian?
just kidding.
I think so. I heard
Presbyterian.
it. I heard it. So, Nick, what would you call yourself, buddy?
I would say I'm a spiritual man. I'm a spiritual person.
Alright.
So, but I was gonna say
I ain't gay no more.
I ain't
ain't gay no more.
I stopped being gay a little while ago.
Oh, my God.
Good Lord. Just
Just
yelling in the mic.
Just an update. I'm still gay.
You ready for this?
Update. Still gay.
Oh,
Oh, got the ultimate warrior.
more beer.
Don't just, well.
This is not what I'm talking about, bro.
Yeah. This is some Southern Baptist.
Nice.
I hate everybody.
They can afford a
It says,
sweet
hold
organ.
on.
Isn't that organ pump?
What
dude?
a friend we have in Jesus,
Hey.
all our sins and griefs to bear.
Nice.
What a
you
privilege to carry.
Who knew?
Oh, yeah. You had a little stick on there, all right.
God in
Who
all
knew?
our prayers. That's all you get out of me.
Ooh, keep singing, Tony. Ooh.
Oh, what peace we have to forfeit all this proffered land. All this peace we have to proffer. All these people we're gonna brand with the sign of the devil on your hand.
I'm gonna buy some Legos later.
Sign of the devil on your hand.
And I'm gonna get some Legos, the Star
Lego
Wars
Land.
Legos, Legoland, Legoland, the devil loves Legos.
So there we were in Legoland. I got that one tattoo. It says 66. Well, they told me it said 999.
Hey.
But I looked in the fucking mirror upside down and it's 666 and it's on my butt cheek and it's there forever.
And now they know that I worship Satan.
So now I'm not
I don't worship
allowed in
Satan.
Walmarts anymore.
We're gonna do some leech therapy, dude. They'll suck that shit off your ass.
Do not hail, nor do I worship Satan. I want to make that very clear.
I worship the
I
leech
do not
lord
hail,
of
nor do
Cthulhu.
I worship the Bible's version of their God. I won't get into it, but I'll tell you.
I'm confused.
I don't worship here's the thing.
I don't
I'm
worship.
white, and I'm
That's a
probably from
simple answer for me. I
Scandinavia.
don't- I
Maybe
don't
like
worship.
probably like I'm just as white as it comes. And dude, you got to think like the Bible was taken from the Middle East, which whatever.
Sure.
Christians were actually around before like any white person came to adopt Christianity. It was like Ethiopia and other places like that was around. So you think like before anybody got to that area and said, "Oh, Christianity is a fucking thing," they were doing their thing long before we ever knew about it. We as in talking the Western culture, not necessarily white people in general. Western culture.
Christianity was actually beaten into people.
Well, no, I know. I mean, I'm not talking about this. I am, but I'm not talking about the semantics of how fucked off it is of how people take shit. But what I am saying is that if it's truly to my roots, it's not. I'm not Christian. I wouldn't say. I have high moral values. I know what right and wrong is, and I do believe in a higher spiritual power that is more powerful than myself and more omniscient than I would ever be. But it's not,
unbeknownst to us,
right? But
Yeah.
also, I believe that a lot of those texts were written by man, and in a way that like was to control and to keep control of the masses. And if you're a free-thinking human, you realize that the energy that moves everything, that is everything, the all, the everything, that is a benevolent, no, not good nor bad. It is an equalizer of all of everything. So if there is evil and there is good, then it is the ultimate equalizer. And if you believe in karma and you believe in all these things which are real, then you you get into energy and the exchange of energy between you and other people. You know, it's like all these things can be broken down into, like, you know, there's been cultures on the planet that have, like, put their time and effort into, like, we know there's something higher than this, and that's what you got a couple things. You wake up, you gather some food, you fucking eat some food, and you figure out why the fuck you're there, and you probably bang a little bit, you know, and that's your,
If you're lucky.
yeah, and that's
If
your
you're
that's
lucky.
your thing. That we're talking like original, you know, tribal people, and it just doesn't extend to certain parts of the world. You know, you got to think like some of the last, like what St. Patty's Day was just originally some of the last people on the fucking planet that were not the last, but the last Celtic people,
We
the
were
last,
talking about this last
you
time.
know, lighter skinned tribal people, if you will,
That
were-
believed
were
in
the Cel-
differences.
yeah, that believed in the earth. You know, they believed in the earth, and they believed in all of these things of living as close to the earth as they possibly could.
I believe they're
And-
called druids.
Yeah, and it was the last. It was
Paganism.
but it was the
Yeah.
last. Think about this:
Paganism for
some
sure,
asshole
but,
from
but
England,
druids are the
Saint
actual,
fucking
like, the,
Pa-
you know.
Saint Patty from England went up to Ireland and basically clear cut the land, took out all of the fucking last of those people, and now it changed the landscape of Ireland forever. You know, you got to think like,
That was heritage.
dude, that shit
gone.
happens. That shit happened all over the world, and in the name of a certain fucking thing, you know. And
Yeah,
once
so
they
in
found
the
what
name of
worked,
Christ.
yeah. But you got to think,
There
probably
was different ones, yeah.
there's probably happening before that. In the name of this, in the name of that, fuck it, we're gonna come take whatever the fuck it is, and our God's the best God, you know. And like, if you think about it like that, like,
Muhammad, man.
Well, fuck, dude. Do you remember the Holy
I don't know.
Wars?
I'm just saying, when you think about it like that, it's the idea that like, no God is the best God,
Muhammad.
right? Let me say one thing about like religious anything, spirituality and religion, two different things. To sit around and think is a luxury. Period.
I agree.
And to philosophize about where you came from and how it works is also a luxury. And I think that comes with comfortability, and that comes with societies and all these things. And that's, you have to think, if you have that luxury, you can then figure out how to exploit whomever it is that doesn't have that luxury. And that's how I've like looked at it, is like to be able to like we're doing right now, and like talking deeply and having these conversations and just getting to know ourselves through like conversation, basically music and conversation and ideas and all this stuff. The reality is like, if we all had to fucking wake up and go find our meal every day, we might talk to each other, but like you know, you would figure out how to hunt together. You'd figure out how each one of us survived. You'd make a clan, you'd clan up, you'd figure it out, and you'd live closer to the earth. But that's like what it would be. You wouldn't have the luxury of being like, well, I'm going to go to fucking church because God's going to save my soul. You're going to go, no, I need to eat some food because I'm going to save my soul.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it becomes less about like,
Survival instincts.
it's
become
animalistic nature. You're moving back to your animalistic nature. And that's a whole nother conversation. But the truth of the matter is like, it's just a true luxury to sit around and say, like, I'm fucking religious as fuck and I can shove it down your throat if you're not. You know, so if we're talking about any type of privilege on this planet, period, you think about that kind of, like, it's a luxury no matter who you are if you have food in your belly to sit around, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
Anywho.
a thing like
Should
that you
left
have
the
to
word
pursue.
privilege out. You can cut that out if you want.
Well, a thing like that you have to pursue. I understand what you mean. Like, you know, obviously it's
deep.
a luxury to be able to fucking play music and have all our stuff that we have and spend the time that we can.
It's a privilege
You
to
know,
be
we're
able
not
to drive to the store and get groceries.
Straight
and
up.
not
Sure.
have to go out to the middle of nowhere and pick your own potatoes.
Hunt your thing down.
And then drive all the way.
Sit with
you
a
know,
spear.
not
Yeah.
even drive. You're on a fucking goddamn bicycle, or maybe even a donkey or something. You know what I mean? Coming
if you're
back.
lucky.
Yeah, dude. If you're lucky.
Yeah, you have wheels. You know, think about everything that's ever happened has all been an invention. You know, kind of to change gears. And hopefully the religious people don't freak out, but whatever, who cares? Truth is, we'll change gears on the fact that everything that's ever been created, like we're talking about getting ourselves to the store, Like if you had a donkey, right? You see that as motivate. Like, oh,
That's transportation.
transportation, but it's a way of moving around and getting yourself from place to place. The person who invented something that rolled. First people that were like, oh, that rolls, that moves, that heavy thing rolled across that. Like, how do we do that again? You know, it's like all of those things are built to make everybody's life easier. You know, so if you're making life easier and you're going through that, then becomes, you know, a luxury, because then you can sit around and your tribe can then think and take its time to you know, to build itself up to what it believes in its moral code and values. You know, I don't know. Life would be a lot harder. People would not survive as long.
There wouldn't be nearly as many of us. That's
But
for darn sure.
It would be.
That's why we've been able to spread like the weed we have, you know,
Wildfires,
like
yeah.
the cancer that we fucking are on this planet, as Joe Rogan said,
I gotta take a potty.
or mold,
Potty break
whatever.
for Tony. Yeah,
Fucking,
I mean we're close.
like,
Yeah, but
what did he say? I don't remember the name of the special, but it's Joe Rogan in the fucking back of a limo, and he's saying, you know, there's mold eats the sandwich, right? Like the planet is the sandwich. We're the mold. Like we're
Right.
just here to eat the fucking sandwich.
Right, but
Like, that's
it's
all
the
we're
idea,
doing.
if you think about it, is not living symbiotic with the planet, you know? And it's true. We're hijacking the planet for all of its natural resources, and then the people that are actually in control of all of the natural resources and those people that are in control of all of that will be the ones who decide who's leaving and staying.
Yeah.
If they're leaving to a different planet.
Well, capitalism is absolutely just.
Well, this whole thing's
It's
been...
gonna leave everyone behind.
Have you seen
know?
Year One?
Is it with Jack Black?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Whatever that. other
watch
dude-
that movie again and think about our conversation we had about people who live symbiotic and people who have a civilization and know. And the people who know are like, let's say, the Romans, okay? And you move to a fucking place where like people are still living out in the cuts, and there's a lot of them. And you just start pulling motherfuckers from their homes. Ding, 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 ding. We're gonna use you as labor. And they're like, oh, they're not gonna do it. You whip them, you beat the fuck out of them, you feed them a little bit, and then they'll be like, oh, okay. And then that's what they did. You know, they stole these people from, like, we're not even gonna use Romans. We're just gonna use this as like an idea. Like, we're not gonna blame anybody. But the idea is that there were people who were living closer to the land and people who were in a higher like civilization than that. They had a bigger group of people who were trying to work as one. Ended up realizing like, oh, you can just go take these fuckers and then you just have them work for you. And if you watch that movie, it's like exactly what it is. These you know, cavemen were like, you can't go over that hill. There's nothing over that hill. Like, it'll fucking eat you alive. And Jack Black's like, I'm going over the hill, you know? And when he makes it over up to the hill, there's more land. He's like, holy shit, there's more land. So then you keep going. And you realize, like, your whole fucking life's been a lie. And you've been stuck in this, like, valley because that's the safe zone, you know? But then you think, like, people who know come in, pull you out of your safe zone, and end up taking you and using you or doing whatever. And that's, like, what happened to the planet, you know? You look at it as... we've got to a certain point, we've collapsed, we've regenerated, we've collapsed, you know, and it's like we're at a regenerative point, but when we collapse, there's going to be one civilization that holds up, and then all of a sudden, we may have some offshoots of us fucking thousands of years later living in some bush somewhere, and think you come get taken because you're going to be used for whatever type of situation, you know?
Do you guys remember that show Red Dawn?
I remember the movie.
There was a movie, right?
Patrick Swayze crazy. I know.
Yeah, and then
I don't think
there
I've
was
seen
actually
it.
a video game as well.
So the plot of the movie is the
Yeah.
Russians
submarine?
and the
No.
that's Hunt for Red October. Yeah, Red Dawn. Russians and Cubans invade America. And Patrick Swayze is in this little town in wherever. Keep going from there because I don't really.
So they end up in like Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, or some shit.
Okay.
Up in
the
the
woods,
hills,
the sticks. Yeah.
Okay. And basically what happens is the Russians like come in and they take over all the major cities and everything, and shut everything down and just take over.
And Cubans.
So so these basically
Mike.
it's the old school dudes, the old school vets and the young kids that like their dads are like, oh no, take all these guns and go up to our cabin.
Yep.
So they end up like going up to these cabins and end up having to survive and fight off the fucking Russians and stuff in the cabins, but they have the higher ground and they know where they're at because they grew up there and stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's a crazy movie, dude. It's a crazy movie.
We
but-
talk about we can talk about the craziness of that all day. It's just wild. Where I was going with all of that, the reality is like religion has drove a lot, and it seems like religion is driven by blindness. Where like you follow some religion blindly, like this is all my faith. Where like spirituality, you like know. I know there's something higher. I know there's something out there like controlling the fucking strings. And it may not be like my individuals, but it's work. If I'm working on a certain energy wavelength and it's been working on that wavelength, you're going to catch it. And the more you like tune yourself to a certain vibration, and all this shit sounds hocus pocus, but it's not, because it's the same thing as positive thinking and positive affirmations and all these things you tell yourself. You tell yourself you suck, then, dude, the reality is you might not, but by the end of it, you start to believe it, and things might not turn out well for you.
Right, and then it happens. Well, so I would have to disagree with you there, man, because, oh my God, I just poked myself in the eye. Because I think that, like, it doesn't have to be religion, right? But, like, spirituality, whatever. I think it really all is... And I mean, obviously there are fakers and stuff, but I think that, folks who go to church or whatever, or read the Bible or whatever it is, read the Quran.
Yeah, I'm no hate to any of it.
Obviously not. I know you well enough to know you're not pulling that, but like I think that it really is all the fucking same. It's like we were talking about last time with everyone's from everywhere. Right, like religion's all the same. Spirituality
about religion?
That's all it is. That's all any of it is. And I just don't. I don't think that there are.
This is a map that shows
Hold
you.
on. Let me finish.
I just don't think there are differences between necessarily like fucking. And I know you're not saying anything's more legitimate than anything else, but like I don't think there's really a difference between I'm spiritual and this is, my thing, or I'm religious, I worship Catholic Jesus,
sure, that
some
makes sense.
shit like that. The level
My Catholic
of faith
Jesus
and whatever.
forgives, right?
Well, the level of faith, like it's all for the most part positive. It annoys the fuck out of me, all of it, but
it is for the most part positive.
I think.
I agree.
Think,
I can agree in the fact that the ideas come from a positive background and wanting people to conform in a more civilized manner.
Yes. Just fucking, like, if you have a thing that works for you, fucking by all means, man, do it. Like, I'm not.
Sure.
I definitely would never not. I will make fun of someone in a mean way and be probably chastised for it later. Get my hand slapped or whatever, or my face slapped. But, like, I'm not ever going to hate on anyone for some sort of religious belief. Like, that's a very personal, like, deep thing,
Well, I think
think
that
it should be
there's
allowed.
well, here's the thing: is it shouldn't be forced. Everybody should be able to do what everybody needs to do religiously.
Yeah.
Like if your God says this, then that's what you do. If your God says you go out in the fucking wilderness and eat some mushrooms, then that's what your God says.
As long as you're not hurting anybody.
And I think that the reality is a lot of religions get to that point of, it's like it's written by man.
Yeah.
Once again, and man is not perfect. And the interpretation of what God's words are to one man is not to another, And I think that, like, that's where it gets fucked up. Because if you're really getting into a heated spiritual debate, I've been in a couple where this guy's like, you believe in magic? And it's like, well, yeah. And it's like, well, yeah, you don't? And he's like, well, no. And it's like, well, what about Jesus? He did a whole bunch of magical shit. Walks on water, turns water into wine, heals people miraculously. It's like,
That's all magic.
how the fuck So
And he
well,
says,
I don't
"Hold
want.
on,
Hold
that's
on.
a miracle,
Hold
dude."
on. That's a miracle. That's healing.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't need to go too much harder into the depths of this, but just understand that if you're religious and you don't believe in magic, then dude, you might want to recheck what's going on because we didn't come out of nowhere. And if you believe in the divine hand of God and you not being a descendant of any ape, that's fucking magic too, or science, however you want to look at it.
I'm a
Trip out on this, bro. So we've got science, religion,
Yeah.
and magic.
Yeah,
Those are like the three things that could have, you know what I'm saying? Like made everything.
Made everything.
I think it's all the same shit.
Right? Yeah.
I think
I think
Jesus
so, too.
is magic, and I
Yeah.
think that God is fucking religion, whatever. Like,
I agree.
Because they're like, oh, you believe in this? Well, we're going to charge you this much to believe in this and think about this, and then we're going to charge you this to watch this and think about this.
all right, here's
how do
my
we fund the
here's my
church?
idea. Here's my
If you
idea of
notice, the churches, that's what I was trying to, because I'm really intrigued on how much land churches actually own.
Look it up, brother.
he did a lot. It's a lot. Well,
It's-
okay,
it's
trip
retarded.
out on this. I think.
Fuck
Do
it,
you
I'm done
guys
talking about
remember? I think it was the one with the Kraken, the movie with the Kraken, fucking something of the gods.
Yeah.
Fuck was that
Titans.
movie?
Clash of the Titans.
Clash of
Clash
the
of
Titans.
Titans.
The
It's a
original,
fucking,
though.
Oh, that is my favorite.
The original.
The old school one?
Yes.
Was
Yeah,
it
in like-
TNT,
from like the
thank you very
70s.
much for fucking putting that on in my childhood, dude.
Bro, so
In the
fucking.
90s, the best 70s movie ever.
I really think that it probably is. So the gods, right? They have that big bowl that is the earth, and they're
Right.
fucking with all these people, and
shit
it's
in.
yeah, it's like, oh, you know, Icarus, whatever, Poseidon, go do all this shit, and like Zeus is just up there like pulling strings.
Shitting
I
on
think
everybody.
it probably is like that. There's just like fucking who's the Shiva, right? The Indian god.
I don't really know.
I'm not sure either. I'm not sure. I'll look it up. Yeah, it's 8 arms or whatever,
8
however
arms,
it is. Like she's up
Elephant
there.
trunk.
She's up there, yeah. Fucking Mundu Shri and all these things. Like they're all together.
Shiva,
just
I thought, was
doing
the
the
god
same
of
thing.
war.
I don't know. And the Greek gods, and then Jesus is just there.
Well, then you got to have
they
my
prob-
Norse gods up there. So you got
Yes,
Thor and Loki and
exactly.
everybody.
They all bully Jesus because he's
Odin.
by himself. Like he's like, I'm just me. They're like, bro,
They're
we'll
like,
She's
bro,
the
you up.
god.
They're
okay.
like, bro, you're a sorcerer, bro.
Shiva
We should make a
Wait.
cartoon. Yes, Shiva.
is a major deity of Hinduism who is worshipped as the god of destruction, rebirth, benevolence, and protection. He is part of the Holy Trinity.
Trip out.
Shiva, he is part of the Holy Trinity, Trimurti with Brahma and Vishnu, who are the god of creation and. Okay, here we go, people. Let me read this. Okay, so
That's all good.
who are the god of creation and the god of preservation, respectively. Shiva is also known as the auspicious one, the great lord, and the beneficent. He is usually depicted as the half-naked man with several arms. So if you thought Shiva was a woman, you're fucking wrong. It's a dude. We're done.
I think we're pretty much done, anyways.
Yeah. Bye, Tony.
Shredded washboard.
I was just
Jesus.
letting you guys know.
It's
I don't
cool.
Want to kick the dead horse anymore.
Is Buddha a god?
Okay. It's a person like Jesus.
All right, then I choose the whatever the I'll Dionysus. No, some Greek god who was born out of Zeus's. Bear with
You
me.
should probably look it up.
I'm gonna blast it on here. Born out of Zeus's thigh.
Hercules.
Strangely, no, Hercules was. I don't even fucking know his story. But I did a report on this guy. He's the Greek god of like partying, or Greek god of partying.
Dionysus.
That's what I said. I don't know if I have the right name, but yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah, Dionysus.
Name
I'm
is
pretty sure is a
Loki.
girl. No, it's not Loki, because
Loki.
Loki's
God
just
of
the
mischief.
opposite.
God of mischief.
Loki's his brother.
Norse.
No, there is literally one that is the god of fucking partying.
All right, we're looking this up and then we're done.
Please,
'Cause
all
Tony's
right,
gonna go
thank you.
eat his leg off here.
I'm just saying.
Come on, be a good band man. Hang out
It
for 2
is.
more seconds. Food man.
How do I not remember? It's for sure not Dionysus. Party god. Just look up party god. Wine and merriment, something like that.
Dionysus.
It is.
Good job. Yeah.
All right.
God of wine.
Well, that's episode 11. Thanks, guys.
Check.
1, 2, 1, 2. He would.